There's a scene in the movie where it takes place on a desert planet.
It's the big showdown between PA-26 and Shiro, and they get to scrap it. It's the big, spaghetti western showdown, samurai showdown, and they're out in the middle of the desert.
Our original idea was to shoot the entire thing out in the middle of the desert, and we found a location, thanks to Aaron's dad, out in Laughlin. So we decided to go out and check it out, and the first time we went out there, it was nice. Vegas was really nice. It was, it was in the winter, so it was a little cold, but it was nice. And as we drove out there, and the more we went out there, the more it started to snow.
And I'm driving, and I've never driven in snow before in my life, and I start going ape shit because I can't see 3 feet in front of me, and I got Matt and fucking Aaron in the back just giving me all kinds of hell. And it was a nightmare.
And the snow just kept coming and kept coming, and by the time we got out there, it was like Christmas out there. I mean, there was just snow everywhere. And it's like we were trying to shoot in this desert and there was snow everywhere. I mean, that was just a location scout at that time, and it's like we couldn't even scout the location because there was just so much snow.
And it's the desert, for God's sakes. It's not supposed to snow, all right? It's the fucking desert.
We had to turn around.
We turned around and said, fuck it, and we made it back in one piece, thankfully. But it was nice to see the snow for 5 minutes, but it was hell.
Then we did finally go out there, and we did finally shoot out there. We found a really nice location. Didn't get any permits for that. We didn't shoot all of it out there. We ended up shooting a lot of it in the garage in front of our green screen.
So we went out and did a day in the desert, in which we shot all the little minor action that we needed out there. We shot in here at the swamp in the garage for a couple days and got all the fighting and stuff. And then we also, out in the desert, we went back and we got a bunch of still frames for the backgrounds.
In the scene, the final scene, I think there's maybe about 10 shots that are out in the desert, and that was hell. Just getting those 10 shots out there, because it was windy and it was kind of cold, and it was just like we were in different locations. It was like one shot was over here, and then the next shot was 50 feet over there.
There was a lot of physical stuff that they were doing, a lot of running and falling into the dirt, and but we went out there with a full prop complement, the saw and the professor's gear. We had so many canisters of stuff, like Ziza or THU6's stuff, my stuff, the camera stuff. And it was just like hauling the stuff from one area to the next was just hell. So here we are doing the one thing I told Tony let's not do, which is set up camp and then move camp. And just getting those 15, 20 shots that we had was enough. I mean, if we'd have shot the whole thing, which was like 100 shots, it would have been, we would have been out there a couple of days. We had to put the makeup on while we were out there. And that was kind of interesting because, I had this mirror and I just kind of set it up on this bush so it just kind of hang there. So I put my own makeup on. And that wasn't too hard because, I got all my makeup in one little box, and I just open it up. There's all my paints, there's all my brushes. And Steed's stuff is pretty easy. Makeup-wise, all he has is just this area with his nose. It just needs makeup. Everything else is just, these kind of aesthetic pieces that he puts on. So, it wasn't that hard to put your makeup on out there. It was kind of weird.
It was cool. It wasn't that hot, so the desert was, it wasn't like we had to worry about our makeup running or anything. It was really like a comfortable atmosphere. It's actually hotter filming in a garage with green screen and, no ventilation. The desert made it seem a lot more like you were actually on a remote planet somewhere.
Anyways, we were out there and it was a long bitch of a day, but it was a lot of fun. It was actually one of our more pleasant memories was that road trip out there with Matt and Steed and Aaron. We had a blast that day, and and hiding from park rangers and the whatnot, because permit schmermit, who needs that?